Title: The Carthaginian Fireships That Burned a Navy, 18 BC Sicily. The Mediterranean was a Roman lake, or so the Romans believed. Their fleet, heavy with warships, rested at anchor, crews sleeping soundly after another day of patrolling the coast. To them, the Carthaginians were a beaten enemy, cornered, desperate, and weak. But one man was about to prove them wrong: Hanno, the brother of Hannibal. Hanno knew he could never meet the Roman navy in a direct fight. Their fleet was larger, faster, and bristling with trained legionaries. But Carthage had always been a nation of traders and sailors, clever with ships and cunning with the sea. And on this night, that knowledge became a weapon deadlier than iron. Small vessels, stripped of valuables, were packed with pitch, tar, resin, and oil-soaked wood. Even dry brush and livestock fat were crammed into every corner, turning them into floating bombs. The Carthaginians worked silently, careful not to alert the Romans. Then just before midnight, the order was given. Under the dark Sicilian sky, the fireships slipped from the harbor, pushed gently by the tide and guided by a handful of sailors. At first, the Romans noticed nothing. A few shadows on the water looked like harmless fishing boats. But then, the Carthaginians struck flint to steel. Flames roared to life, bright as dawn. As the ships were steered into the heart of the Roman fleet, panic exploded in the harbor. Anchored warships had no room to maneuver, chained together in tight rows. Fire leapt from hull to hull as rigging ignited and sails became sheets of flame. Roman sailors screamed, hacking at ropes, throwing water buckets that only fed the inferno. Some jumped overboard to escape the heat, only to be dragged under by armor or crushed beneath burning timbers. The water glowed orange as ship after ship went up in flames. Dozens were lost, hundreds of Romans drowned or burned alive. By dawn, what had been a mighty fleet was reduced to a floating graveyard of charred wrecks. For one brilliant night, Carthage ruled the sea. The Romans would recover, but they would never forget the terror of fire on water, or how ingenuity and audacity could humble even the strongest empire. And if you love insane stories of naval and land battles that changed history, make sure to like and subscribe for more unbelievable war stories.